Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. Today we're going to be spending some time on the EM Test NX 1-260-16, which is used for IEC 61000-4-11 testing. This motor variac is used with the EM Test NX5 system for voltage dips and variations, which we'll be focusing on today. Right now in front of you, you'll see the EM Test NX5 and our NX 1-260-16. The NX5 is going to be acting as the control unit for the motor variac. We'll go ahead and we'll start the video by walking through a little bit about the unit. Then we'll move to the setup. Next, we'll start up the software. And finally, we'll do a quick verification of the voltage dips and variations. Let's go ahead and let's start with taking a look at the backside of the NX 1-260-16, since there really are no connections or display on the front. Let's go ahead and let's start from the left side and let's work our way right. Starting on the left, you'll see a series of output connections, and these will go to the backside of our EM Test NX5 system we're using in the video today. Just to the right of those output connections, you'll see an F1 and F2 terminal, and those are going to be for the fuses. Working our way towards the middle of the unit, you will see the power supply switch, and then just below that switch you'll see F3 and F2 terminals, and those are again for more fuses. Just to the right of both the switch and the two fuses, you'll see the control voltage BNC connector, and again that's going to be going to our compact NX5 we're using in today's video. Just below the fuses and the switch, you'll see a blue connector, and that is going to be our power supply input. That should just about complete the connections in the backside of the unit. Let's go ahead and get it connected to our compact NX5, and let's take a look at the display. Alright, so we just made the necessary connections, and you'll see right now the starting display for our compact NX7. The first thing we're going to want to do is add the variac. To do that, go ahead and select menu in the upper left hand corner. Go down to setup, second from the bottom. And this is kind of the general setup menu. We're interested in transformers in the lower right hand corner. And you can see on this menu, we already have our variac NX 1-260-16 entered. However, if you do need to add it, you can just select add right there. Scroll down to the associated variac and add it through the menu here. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's go back to the home screen. Alright, so today we're interested in power fail, so let's go ahead and select that. This takes us to our voltage dips and variations menu. We'll go ahead and we'll walk through how to change the different criteria for each, and then we'll run a really quick verification using our digital multimeter, just ensuring we are seeing that change in voltage. Alright, let's go ahead and let's start with the dips menu. Alright, so here you're going to find the quick start menu for our voltage dips testing. You can see we have a variety of different criteria you can modify on the screen there. We have our voltage dip in percentage or in a voltage level. We have our TD, which is the duration of the dip, and then we have our TR, which is the repetition time between the dips. Those are all we're going to concern ourselves with for today's video. However, there is other criteria on here you can modify, and if you want to learn more about those, you can check out the user manual. Alright, so now that we have our criteria entered here, let's go ahead and let's run our voltage dips and let's verify we are seeing the associated decrease in the voltage. Alright, here you're going to find our digital multimeter, and we just connected that to the output on the front of our compact NX5. So now let's go ahead and let's run the test, and we should see a substantial decrease correlating to the voltage dips percentage that we selected. Alright, here we are. Excellent. So you will see now we are reading roughly 85 volts, and then it should go back here in just a second or two back to that 117 volts roughly. Alright, excellent. So now let's go ahead and let's take a look at the voltage variations. Here you're going to find our voltage variations menu, and you will notice it looks very similar to the voltage dips menu we took a look at just a second ago. We have our criteria on the left, and then we have a brief little diagram on the right just illustrating the different criteria. Let's go ahead now. Let's take a look what we have set in our system right now. We have a 70% voltage dip. We have our TD at 3000 milliseconds, our TI at 7000 milliseconds, and our TR at 10 seconds. We just changed this criteria so we can see the voltage drop and then that ramping up on our multimeter. Now let's go ahead and let's run the test and let's take a look at the multimeter. Alright, here's our multimeter. Now let's go ahead and let's run our test. Alright, and we should see that decrease in voltage to start with. There we are. And then in a couple seconds we should see that ramp back up to that 117 volts. Alright, perfect. It looks like everything is good to go. We are seeing that voltage decrease, kind of maintain, and then ramp up back to our 117 volts. Alright, that should just about wrap it up for today. We began the video by talking briefly about the Variac NX 1-260-16. We walked through some of the different connections on the back of the unit you're going to need to make to get the system operational. Then we went ahead and we showed everyone how to add it as an option for testing using our compact NX5. Then we went ahead and we walked through both the voltage dips and voltage variations menu briefly, and then we ran a quick check just ensuring we were seeing the decrease and ramping up of voltage associated with the voltage dips and voltage variations tests. We appreciate everyone's time and we hope this video has been useful as we've walked through our EM test system. And please keep us in mind if you're ever in need of any rental equipment for IEC 61000-4-11 dips and voltage variations test. Thank you.